Hello there everyone, Toy and Game Collector here, bringing you something different. Today I thought I'd go over some of the rarest, expensive, or hard to find items in my collection. As you see, this is just some of my stuff. Yeah, not everything would fit on this dresser here. So, I'll just go over some stuff, move stuff around as I need to, and give maybe a little info about the product. I guess I should start. This isn't a toy or a game, but it's just something I thought I'd mention because I've never ever seen this anywhere else. This is a comic book for Transformers the Animated Movie. Yeah, I got this from my school book fair back in 2007. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's basically the comic for the 1986 movie. Yeah, pretty cool. According to this, just costed around $10 back in 2007. The reason I say this is rare is because I've never ever seen another copy of this book. I've actually looked into it. I've seen like issues of comics from the movie, but I've never seen like the entire movie. Plus the animated, plus the bonus Hot Rod story, which I still haven't read. 12 years later, I never seen it, so I'm just gonna say it's rare, because I've not seen another copy. Alright, next, let's talk about these right here. These are Ralph Breaks the Internet Power Pack displays. And these were released last year to promote the movie Disney's Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Not my favorite Disney movie, but these were released. Yeah, we have the Sugar Rush arcade cabinet. Included, we have Vanellope and her candy cart. And if you open this up, you can see a background of Sugar Rush. And there's some shelves to hold more Power Pack display figures. I'll put that down. And next we have the Oh My Disney website, which is Cinderella's castle, I think. Here we have Cinderella and her comfy outfits from the movie. If you open this up, you get the princess's dressing room from the movie. Yeah, and you have more shelves to hold your Power Pack display figures. Put those down. Let's talk about this item. This isn't rare anymore, but at one point it was very hard to find. This is a Hot Wheels Star Wars TIE Interceptor. This was released, I'm not sure when it was released, but it was only available in a 2-pack with the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, at one point, people were asking $50 to $100 for the 2-pack. But nowadays, the pack goes for around $10 to $15. So I'm guessing they made more of them. Yeah, it's the TIE Interceptor. At one point, this was the holy grail of my Hot Wheels Star Wars collection. Now it's not. But it's still a pretty cool ship. I love the TIE Interceptor. Next, we have some Kids Meal Nickelodeon blimps. Let's start with this one. This was released in McDonald's back in 1990, between 91 and 93, that much I know. I think it was 91. Yeah, this is the Under 3 toy for the promotion at the time. It's a water squirter blimp, though it doesn't work very well. I have tried it. Yeah, this is pretty hard to find. I'm guessing a lot of Under 3 toys are hard to find because, it's Under 3. Next, we have this 2009 Burger King Kids' Choice Awards blimp. Yeah, it's a kaleidoscope. Yeah, this is one of the holy grails of my collection because, I've always wanted the Nickelodeon blimp as a kid. I really tried my hardest to hunt this toy down. Never got it when it was new. Yeah, this toy is worth around between $15 and $30 average, depending on where you look. Like I said, it's hard to find, but it's not super rare, as I've seen this for sale 4 times total. Yeah. Let's put that away. Alright, next we have the T1 Terminator from the movie Terminator Salvation. The movie Terminator Salvation came around 2008, I want to say. Yeah, the toy line didn't sell well, so the toys for the most part are not too hard to find. But out of the action figures, this is one of the more expensive action figures to get because the box for this guy was pretty big. This is the T1. This is one of the first Terminators ever built to hunt down humans. Let's take a look at him. Here's 2 miniguns. His head. His tank treads. Yeah, they don't move. They just have tires underneath. And this was made by Playmates. This is pretty awesome. I really enjoy this. I like the design of the T1. Now, here's some newer items in my collection. These were released in 2012 for the movie Wreck-It Ralph. This is, let's start with this one. This is a Vanellope's candy cart. This was released exclusively at the Disney store. Yeah, what you got with it came in a big box. You got the cart, you had a little Vanellope figure that fit in here, and you had a key. The key would go in there, and you would launch the car. Yeah, I don't have the Vanellope figure or the key, but I'm just really lucky to have this. This is more common than this one to find, but no, I'm guessing the toys didn't sell very well because people ask for outrageous amounts of money for all the Sugar Rush carts on eBay. But I really am glad to own this one. Alright, this was also Vanellope's candy cart. This was released in retail stores, anywhere that sold Disney toys, I guess. This was available in a pack that included the Vanellope action figure. This is not the Vanellope action figure that was released around the time of the movie. I don't have that figure, but she fits in there just as well as I'm guessing the other figure did. Yeah, it's a little smaller, but it's a bit better looking in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's inside the cart. It's the steering wheel, which is a sticker. Yeah, this is pretty hard to find. The pack itself, at the moment I'm making this, there's someone selling this on eBay for $200 in the box. Whether it's worth that, I don't know. But someone is auctioning this off for $40 off eBay right now. But this is a pretty cool item to have. I love Vanellope's candy cart. It's so you know what I mean? That way. Alright, next. Let's talk about some of these figures up here. Let's start with this one. This is my favorite. This is the first release Grand Admiral Thrawn action figure from the Rogue One Star Wars line of toys. The Rogue One line came out in 2016 for the movie. Grand Admiral Thrawn was released in Wave 4 of the toy line. Now, if you notice, I have 2. This is the first release of the figure. The first release had the wrong metal color, both on the figure and in the box. And in later releases, they gave him the right metal color. But the first release... these toys, from what I understand, they were not easy to find brand new. But they were sold very cheaply brand new. Nowadays, this version of the figure, it sells for maybe $10 to $15 in the box. This figure is worth between $50 to $100. Yep, it's pretty cool. I'm really glad to own this. Grand Admiral Thrawn was one of the best villains in Star Wars Rebels. I'm so glad they didn't kill him off after just 1 season. I'm gonna put this back up here. This way I keep him. Alright, now let's go to the other figure I have in the box. This is the Mimban Stormtrooper. Yep, this was released as part of Wave 1 of the Solo A Star Wars Story toy line, released in 2018. The Mimban Stormtrooper. Now, he's one of the rarest to get because, in the cases of action figures stores would get, they would only get maybe one or 2 of these figures, making this one a little harder to find. I managed to get around 5 of them, and don't ask. This is the only one I have on the card. Recently, Target released a Trooper pack with the Mimban Stormtrooper included in it for around $50. So the price on this guy has sort of gone down if you have him loose, But if you have him new on the single cards like I do, he's worth around $20 to $40. 30 at best. And back up here. Alright, what's next? Let's go over this comic pack right here. This was released by Tomy last year. Yeah, this is the Metal Sonic and Classic Metal Sonic comic pack. There was also a Tails comic pack, which I have right there. But the Metal Sonic pack, I think, is more rare because, more expensive, because Metal Sonic is such a popular Sonic villain. People want this character. And Metal Sonic merchandise in general is not easy to come by. If I had to guess on how much this is worth, as it sits, I don't think people will care if it's new in the box or not. But, I've seen this pack go for, and sometimes sell for, between $40 to $60, maybe more. He's pretty cool, and I really enjoy the comic. If you're gonna have the Tails comic, you gotta have this comic, because this is part 2 of 2. This comic, the comic itself features some of Sonic's villains doing different things, while the Tails comic pack features the heroes of Sonic doing different things. Nothing too special. I'll just put that there. Back where it belongs. Alright, what's next? Let's talk about one of the last figures I have. This is an extraterrestrial alien encounter action figure released by Walt Disney World for the alien encounter attraction they used to have at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, this is Sir. He was a robotic sales type person. This figure was released in a 3-pack. You got Sir, you got Skippy the alien, and you got Burned Skippy, the alien figure. It's the only one that I understand that moved. He's somewhat posable. This figure is somewhat hard to find. I'm guessing the action figures didn't sell well because Alien Encounter was not a kid's ride in any way, shape, or form. And I don't see the toys for sale very often. I've only seen this guy twice. This is the first time I saw him. Yeah, the other time was in a 3-pack. The 3-pack sold for around $45. I'm not naming how much I paid for some of these things. I think I paid $50 for this guy, but it's worth it because I'm never ever going to find another one of these, probably. He's pretty cool. Now I'll put him back where I keep him. I keep him up here. What's next? Let's talk about this toy. It's one of my favorites. This is the Star Wars Rebels Imperial Troop Transport. Yeah, this was made around Season 1 of the Star Wars Rebels TV show back in 2014 to 2015. It's what it says. It's a troop transport. It can hold around 9 figures. It can hold 6 on the outside, 3 on the inside. You have little areas for blasters and stuff. And besides troops, you can also fit prisoners in here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this toy is not easy to find usually, especially with the box. But it is pretty cool. I really enjoy it. It works with your Star Wars Rebels action figures. It also works with many different action figures, like these 1978 Stormtroopers here. Like they'll fit in there just perfectly. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can fit most 3 3/4 inch action figures in there, depending on their size. Yeah. Has a rotating cannon. With 2 missiles that shoot. You also have these swiveling guns. That's nice. Alright, what's next? Let's go over, move this, the amp suit. Yeah, the amp suit was released for the movie James Cameron's Avatar. This is the box that it came with. Yeah, the figure not included. Yeah, the amp suit was a robotic suit that the humans used in the movie on the planet Pandora. It comes with a detachable knife right here. Also has this chain gun. This powerful chain gun. You can fit your standard 3 3/4 inch RDA figures in there. I have Colonel Miles Quaritch in there. It's not the best looking toy. From what I remember correctly, these toys sold for around $20 back in the day. The Avatar toys weren't in stores very long, maybe no more than a couple months. Then they just disappeared. The amp suit itself, I've seen people ask between $30 to $60 for the toy, depending on whether you have the box for it. This is the normal release of the toy. There was also a version of the toy that was released without the gun. Yeah, that one's a little more rare to get. This is the normal release of the toy. It's pretty cool. Put that down. Put the stuff down. Speaking of Avatar, this is another rare toy from the movie. This is the RDA Scorpion gunship. It's a helicopter used by the humans in the movie. Yeah, it can hold one 3 3/4 inch RDA figure. Or in my case, I have a Star Wars Rebels Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, it has 2 missiles at launch. There's rotors, machine guns. Yeah, I'm not sure how much this toy sold for back in the day. Well, I had this toy brand new, but it's not like I looked at price tags or anything. But the toy itself, I've seen people ask between $50 to $100 just for the toy. You know, if it's in the box with the original box, it'd be worth a little more. But I didn't get this with the box. I got it just by itself. Really glad to have this again. Let me put that down. Put the last toy that I need to put up here. Now, this is a Space Mountain playset, released by Walt Disney World and Disneyland during the 2000s. Yeah, this was an accessory for the monorail playsets that they were selling, that they still sell. Yeah, you just put it onto the side, you open it up, there was stuff you can do with it. I don't have a lot of the pieces. I have some of the vehicles that came with it. I also have the moon pieces that came with this. Besides that, I don't have like the track or some of the characters that came with it. Yeah, these 2 spires do light up. They light up red. Now this makes sounds, but I'm not going to put batteries in this. This toy is very loud, I will say that. Yeah, I wanted one of these as a kid so badly. No, these are not easy to find. You know, I got lucky and got this for like $50. Normally, people are charging between $100 to $300 for this toy. So I'm glad to have this at the price I did get it at. Because this is pretty awesome. I love Space Mountain. I'm going to put Space Mountain down on the floor here. Alright, next, let's talk about this. Move this around. This box. This toy was released in 1998. This is pretty hard to find. It's also expensive. This is a Star Wars Micro Machines Star Destroyer. Yeah, we have the Imperial Star Destroyer. This thing opens up. Yeah, here's the inside of it. You know, you have room for your Micro Machines figures. You have a jail cell right here. I have a couple figures in there, that's why it's not opening very well. I have Darth Vader and 2 officers in there. This opens up all your Micro Machines figures. Here's your landing pad. There's Darth Vader's tie, which launches out of there. You have some turbo lasers. It's the claw that you can use to grab Princess Leia's ship with. Push this up. Yeah, and the bottom part opens up, so you can recreate the scene where you can grab Princess Leia's ship. I do have her ship. I don't have it on me at the moment, but I do have it somewhere. Yeah, this toy is worth around between $50 to $100. Yeah, if this was brand new, I'm pretty sure it'd be worth more, but this is not brand new. I didn't get this brand new. I got this used. And here's all the stuff that came with it. You got 2 Imperial officers and a naval trooper. I don't have the naval trooper. With Darth Vader, his tie, and the Rebel blockade runner. Yeah, this is a pretty cool toy. From what I understand, it wasn't easy to come by, even back in '98, when this was new. It's the back of the box, showing the different play features, as well as other transforming play sets, and figure packs that you could collect back in the day. From what I understand, the Cloud City set is pretty hard to come by. Maybe one day I'll find it, but I'm in no rush. Some of these smaller ones, they're pretty easier to find. Alright, that concludes that. Next we have Devastator. This was released by Walmart last year as part of their Generation 1 reissue line of Transformers. Now Devastator I wouldn't say is rare, but he is pretty expensive. Like this toy, brand new, costs around $75. For Devastator himself, on the secondary market, you'll find him for maybe $100 to $150, depending on the seller. Yeah, he is one of the more expensive figures that I own. Yeah, I've already explained why I have a couple of these right here. And next we have, he's not expensive, but for a long time he was pretty hard to find. I'm not sure how hard he is to find now. This is Starscream. Starscream is one of my favorite Transformers, and when I learned they were making this, I had to find it. I got this on eBay for around $40, which is around the retail price for him, from what I understand. Starscream comes with Megatron's gun. He has all his accessories. He has extra missiles. And that concludes all the rare stuff I have up here. So I should go over some of the hard-to-find plushes I have. These first 4 plushes I have up here, these are Sonic the Hedgehog 25th Anniversary plushes. Released in 2016, I want to say. I'm trying to remember when the 25th anniversary was. Yeah, 2016. These plushes are not rare, because they made a whole bunch of them, and people bought them. But they're expensive to collect on the secondary market. Like, the hardest for me to find would have to be Tails and Dr. Eggman. Dr. Eggman I got last. Yeah. The only one... Yeah, I've seen Dr. Eggman and Knuckles for sale online recently. People asking $40 a piece for them. Sonic and Tails, they're a little harder to find, but they're pretty cool. I'm really glad to own these. I'm glad I got them when I did. And the last hard to find thing would have to be Metal Sonic back here. Because like I said, Metal Sonic merchandise, it's not easy to come by because everyone wants him. I found this in a Best Buy of all places. He was the only Sonic plush left. I found him in a box that looked just like this, but it was full of Kingdom Hearts plushes. And this is the only Sonic plush in there. And I said to myself, I'm getting this. I don't care how much he costs, I am buying this. And so I did. And down here, if I had to say any of these plushes down here were rare, I have to say maybe Amy and Tails are probably the hardest to get. Because, Tails is such a popular character, and Amy, I'm guessing they didn't make a lot of. I'm glad I got Amy when I did, because not long after I got her, prices for her just skyrocketed. Other plushes that I have that are hard to find include this GE Amy Rose plush, because GE, the company that made these Sonic plushes, they lost the license to make Sonic plushes a couple years ago, and the prices for GE plushes just went up. Yeah, I got her for around $20, and now I see people try to sell her for $1,000. Yeah, I don't think she's worth $1,000, no. I said, people can charge whatever they want for a toy, It's whether people will buy them for that price. It's another story. There's a difference between asking and getting prices. Well, that about concludes the rare, hard to find, and expensive pieces in my toy collection. I hope you enjoyed this nice long video. Leave a like, dislike, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. And I'll see you next time. It's Toy and Game Collector signing off. Bye-bye now.